What's going on, YouTubers? This is Buddy coming back at you. Another quick video on the 20-gallon long cycle process. I woke up today and I was actually really excited to see when the lights came on that my diatom bloom is here. As you can see, the diatom bloom starting. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's been 6 days and I already have a diatom bloom. You can start to see it on the sand, and I'm really excited about that. Now I'm going to tell you a couple of the quick things that I did that I feel like has really sped up the process of this cycle process and has gotten me this diatom bloom so quickly. Now, one of the things that I did, which you already know, is that I added the pieces of live rock to this aquarium. Now, I do not owe the diatom bloom after 6 days to these small pieces of live rock. I do not owe that success to them. What I owe this diatom bloom after 6 days, I owe a thanks to this API product that I got for free. I'm going to show you it in a second. I went to my local fish store about 6 months ago, and that particular day, if you bought something, purchased something in the store, they were giving away free API products. I got a couple free API test kits, and I also got this API product that I'm going to show you right here. So let me grab this product and show you this. And I actually forgot I had this product the other day, 2 days ago actually. I was underneath my big tank and I was doing some straightening up, some cleaning, and getting some tools and equipment out from underneath the stand that I was going to start to use for this aquarium here. Like my Lunar Lights here, as you can see. Let me see if I can get that in there. I have these Lunar Lights, little lunar strips. These actually work as moonlights for me for this aquarium, and I have them just kind of roughly hooked up here. And they work out really well because of the simple fact that when this light goes off, this doesn't have a moonlight on it, and it doesn't really give me that deep blue look, so I was kind of bummed out about that. But I forgot that I had these, and I remembered, and I went underneath the tank to get them. Now these come on when these lights go off, and they're my moonlights, so they stay on for a few hours after the main light goes off to give me my moonlight effect, and they work out really sharp. So I was digging those out, and I came across this product that I had, this API product that I got for free. Now basically all this product is, let me get my camera to focus, guys, hold on, right there. This keeps aquariums clean. It contains live bacteria to consume sludge, reduces aquarium maintenance, it improves biofilters, adds beneficial bacteria for a healthy aquarium, all natural. It's for fresh or saltwater aquariums. I'll read you the instructions really fast. It says use the API dosing cap on the bottle. Shake well to maintain a clean, healthy aquarium. Add 1 tablespoon, 5 mils per 10 US gallons of water weekly for a new aquarium to help boost the biological filter. Double the dose use at startup and for 2 additional weeks. So this product basically is just your live beneficial bacteria booster product, bacteria product in a bottle. And I forgot I had that product. Now that is not the product that I would normally buy for my booster products, but it actually seemed to work out really well. I added it to the system 2 days ago, and as you can see, I already have my diatom bloom. Now I just initially added another 10 milliliters to this aquarium to really get this diatom bloom boosted, and to really get this aquarium going quite quickly. And I'm very excited. Today's a very exciting day for me to have this diatom bloom so quickly after just 6 days of having this aquarium going. Now, in my past experience of cycling an aquarium, normally when I'm using live rock, I see the diatom bloom somewhere between 10 to 15 days when I'm using live rock after having the aquarium going. I'll notice the diatom bloom somewhere between on day 10 to day 15. And that normally stays to about day 18 to day 20, and then the aquarium is pretty much fully cycled, and I let it go for another couple days to another week. And that's why when you're using live rock, 3 to 4 weeks, your aquarium is cycled and you're ready to go. When I'm using dead rock, it's quite differently. When I'm not adding any beneficial bacteria products in a bottle, normally I'll see the diatom bloom normally on week 3 to week 4. That is what I normally have noticed when I'm cycling aquariums using dead rock or using the live rock. Live rock, I normally see it on day 10 to day 15, and it's normally gone by day 17 to day 20 when I'm using live rock. When I'm using dead rock, I normally notice the diatom bloom somewhere between week 3 and week 4. That's why normally you wait 6 to 8 weeks for an aquarium that you're using just dead rock. Now, since I added the little piece of live rock, this aquarium would realistically take about 6 weeks to cycle. But since I'm adding the beneficial bacteria, the bacteria product in a bottle, I'm seeing this diatom bloom after 6 days. And I'm very excited about that, guys. I added another 10 milliliters of bacteria to this aquarium to really get this diatom bloom really in full-fledged, and hopefully have it there and gone quite quickly, and have this aquarium cycled quite quickly. So I'm really excited about that. Now I'm going to continue even when the diatom bloom comes and goes. The aquarium, that normally, when you see the diatom bloom, that's normally the beginning to the end of the cycle process. So after the diatom bloom's gone, normally a few days after that, your aquarium is pretty much cycled and ready to go. I'm going to still wait 6 weeks for this aquarium to cycle, to give the critters, the cocopods, trigger pods, the spaghetti worms, the bristle worms, all time to populate in this aquarium and really let the aquarium really settle in. So I still like to let go the 6 weeks, even though this aquarium is cycling quite quickly due to this API product right here. I'm actually really impressed with that product, and I'm quite ecstatic right now. So as you can see, you can start to see the diatoms on the sand bed, which is awesome. You'll see it there. This center section rock is covered in diatoms. Really happy about that. This rock right here is starting to get the diatoms. So by tomorrow, these rocks should really be covered, and by maybe tomorrow or the next day, the sand bed should be completely covered in diatoms. The diatoms should stay for a few days, normally about 4 days, maybe 5, depending on the severity of the diatom bloom you have. But normally, I just say normally when you see the diatoms, figure about a week. That's normally just what I say, just to give you a heads up. Just figure about a week. That's what I say. So these are the pieces of live rock that I added to the aquarium, and you'll see the diatoms on these too, because when you add live rock to the aquarium, to a freshly set up aquarium, you will get some die off, and that's why you will see the diatoms still on the live rock, even though the live rock has all the beneficial bacteria on it already. You still get die off, so you will see diatom blooms even on the live rock when you add live rock to an aquarium. So don't be alarmed when you see your diatom bloom, guys, when you're cycling an aquarium. That should be a very exciting day for you. I'm really happy right now. This aquarium is going quite well, and I couldn't be happier right now. So once the diatom bloom is gone, I'll wait a couple of days. I'll do a quick test on the aquarium. Normally I don't do anything. I let it go for 6 weeks. But since this is cycling so quickly due to that product, I'm really excited about it. I'm going to do a quick test after a few days, after the diatom bloom is gone. I'll wait a few days, do a full test, and then I'm going to start to add my cleanup crew. Now for this aquarium, what I'm going to do as far as adding a cleanup crew, I'm going to add a dozen Astrea snails. Now those are the snails that bury themselves in the sand and help to clean the sand bed. They're really useful, and I love them. I think they're amazing snails, and they're great to have in any aquarium, because they really keep the sand bed clean. Now, if you have a deep sand bed, Astrea snails may not be snails you want to add to your aquarium, because they are consuming the life and things like that within the sand bed. And in a deep sand bed, that life is what keeps that deep sand bed alive. But I don't have a deep sand bed, so that's not a concern of mine. They're very, very beneficial for my aquarium setup. So Astrea snails, 1 dozen. They will be getting added to this aquarium. I will also add 6. I'll add a half a dozen of Mexican turbo snails. They're amazing snails. They eat anything and everything. They eat hair algae. They eat cyanobacteria. Mexican turbo snails are amazing snails. I always add them to every build. I have about 2 dozen Mexican turbo snails in my big tank downstairs, easily. And I'll add a couple of, maybe 2 or 3 regular snails. The ones that get the big shells. I'll add probably 2 or 3 of those to this aquarium, and I'll add a couple crabs, maybe 2, 3 crabs, and that'll be it. That'll be my cleanup crew for this aquarium. Nothing else. You got to remember that your trigger pods, your cocopods, your bristle worms, and your spaghetti worms and things like that are all detritivores, and they are all part of your cleanup crew, guys. So bristle worms are another great cleanup crew member. So don't be alarmed if you see bristle worms. You only be alarmed when you see the fireworms. So I would definitely do your research on bristle worms and fireworms, so you know how to identify the two. And if you have fireworms, definitely pull them out. Fireworms are normally long and flat. They're very flat and wide and big, and those are the ones that can sting you. Bristle worms cannot sting you. They cannot sting you. When this aquarium gets going and I start seeing the bristle worms, I'll put one on camera, me holding one, just so you can see. They are quite ugly and not something I like to touch, but I'll show you that they do not sting. Now, fireworms do sting, and they hurt quite badly. So if you've ever been stung by a fireworm, or you may have mistaked it for a bristleworm, I can assure you that if it did sting you, that was a fireworm. Bristleworms do not sting you. So you want to remove fireworms. Fireworms are very bad, and they can eat corals and eat other things that you do not want them to eat. So fireworms, gotta go. Bristleworms, good. So I'm still going to wait the 6 weeks before I add a fish to this aquarium to give the necessary critters time to populate and really get going and let this aquarium really settle in and get established. Now, as you can see, the aquarium's a little cloudy. Now, I start to dose a product called Purple Up during the cycle process to really boost the purple coralline algae in this aquarium. I do that in all my tank builds, because all my tank builds I try to add a little bit of live rock, and this little bit of live rock has some coralline algae on it. So I start to dose the Purple Up in the aquarium to really get that purple coralline algae to start to populate quite quickly. So I do that in all my builds, and that's something you can do if you want. Keep in mind, as long as you have good calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium levels, the coralline algae will populate naturally all on its own. Not something that you need to concern yourself with or need to dose Purple Up. It's just something that I do to boost that coralline algae a little faster. Not something you need to do or worry about. It will grow on its own. Now, in some fish-only systems, you'll notice people maybe have a lack of coralline algae, or something like that maybe, or you'll see in fish-only systems where people actually do dose Purple Up or products like that, because of the simple fact they don't focus on maintaining calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium, because it's a fish-only system and they're not worried about growing corals or anything like that. So really, you see good coralline algae a lot of times in reef aquariums because we focus on maintaining good calcium levels, magnesium levels, and alkalinity levels. And coralline algae is pretty much just kind of like corals. They require those three elements and other elements to thrive, but definitely calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium are three ions that they really need for that coralline algae to populate. So and that's basically all Purple Up is. It's basically just like me dosing calcium and stuff to the system. Basically, really, that's really all it is. Pretty much, in a nutshell, that's really all it is. So basically, I do that to really boost the coralline algae growth. And if you have a fish-only system and you're not getting that coralline algae growth that you really want, look into a product called Purple Up, or start to dose calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium. Keep your levels good, test them. But in a fish-only system, that's more work than it's worth because you're not looking to grow corals. I would just recommend buying the Purple Up. It's an all-in-one product. You dose it, you'll get the coralline algae growth you want, and you'll be happy. Alright guys, this is Buddy coming at you with a quick video. Just wanted to show you the system and show you my diatom bloom after only 6 days, and I'm quite ecstatic and really happy. And I'll continue to keep you updated with this cycle process in this aquarium as it unfolds and really takes shape over the next few months. And like I said, I'm really excited, guys. And this is actually a pretty good product. I'm pretty happy with it. And I forgot I had it, and I found it underneath my aquarium, and I'm really glad that I dosed it. I was not going to dose any beneficial bacteria to this aquarium, but I came across it, and I decided to do that. One other quick thing I want to touch on. In the cycle video, the video that I made on cycling an aquarium, I said it doesn't matter whether you buy live sand or dead sand. Let me step back on that statement. I actually jumped the gun by saying that it does matter whether you buy live sand or dead sand. I didn't mean it as it didn't matter. I just didn't mean it in that way, but I know people are going to take it the wrong way. But let me be clear, especially for newer hobbyists, it does matter. Live sand has the beneficial bacteria that you want, and it can help to speed up the cycle process, because when that bacteria gets up to temperature, it's dormant until it reaches temperature, and then it becomes active and it starts to multiply quite quickly. Dead sand does not have that beneficial bacteria. Live sand does, and that can help to speed up the cycle process, guys. So it does matter whether you're using live sand or dead sand. It can help to speed up the cycle process. I'm not going to say it's going to shave weeks off, but it may shave a week or two off, possibly. Alright guys, this is Buddy coming at you with another quick video, and I really hope you're enjoying the 20-gallon long tank build like I have. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm quite happy about this diatom bloom. I thought I'd share that with you guys. Alright, this is Buddy signing out, guys. Happy reefing.